Namaste. Let us discuss Class 10 History, West Bengal Board of Education, Chapter 3, Santal Hool. So, before we go for this discussion, uh, let us understand our topic Santal Hool 1855 to 1856. Now, Santalis were the tribal people. They are Adivasis and they are very simple. They are a peace lover. They are a tribal who used to live in their own tribal land. They have their own way of living, traditions, food, culture. So now this Hool, the word Hool is a Santali word which means rebellion. Hool means a rebellion. This whole word comes from Santali language. Now, who are the leaders for this rebellion? Okay, the leaders were for the Santal Hool were Kanu and Sindhu Murmu and Sui Munda. These three leaders who lead this Santal Hool or Santal rebellion of 1855 to 1856. Now I said to you the Santalis people were an Adivasis. They used to live in their own way, in their own land. They are the tribal people. They have their own culture. They have their own custom. And since British started to capture India after the Battle of Plassey from 1757 and Battle of Boxer 1764, British almost in 100 years in this between, they captured and they made India their own. In this way, this British government, when they started their Rajya, British Raj, they made the Santalis people to suffer by capturing their land, occupying their position. ब्रिटिसले चाहिँ के गर्यो भने अब आफ्नो सबै इन्डियालाई चाहिँ आफ्नो बनाउन थाले. त्यसरी आफ्नो बनाउँदै जाँदा चाहिँ this tribal people were also put under their domination. ब्रिटिस राजको अन्डरमा यो आदिवासीहरूलाई ट्राइबल्सहरूलाई पनि हाल्न थाल्यो. तब चाहिँ के भयो भने what were the objectives for this Santal rebellion? Objectives of Santal Hool, Santal rebellion. Now let us see what were the objectives. Now first objectives let us discuss. Santal wanted their own government. Now as I said, when British started to make India their own, Santal did not wanted their region, their tribal, their land to be owned by British government. British government ले चाहिँ उनीहरुको जग्गा जमिन साथै उनीहरुको ट्राइबलहरुलाई चाहिँ अधीनमा राखेको चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई पटक्कै मन परेन. So that they wanted their own tribal people to be free. They wanted independent, so they wanted to live by themselves, not under the British government. Now let us see another objectives. To bring an end the colonial British rule. Now Santalis wanted, these Adivasis wanted that to the end, to make British colonial rule end. अब ब्रिटिश गभर्नमेन्टलाई चाहिँ के गर्नु भने रुललाई चाहिँ उनीहरुले अन्त गराउन चाहे. So that they don't wanted any British ruler to rule their tribal land. So that Santal people started their revolution from 15th July 1855. Now let us go to the characteristics, features of Santal rebellion. Characteristics, features of Santal rebellion. Now let us discuss first. the first armed insurrection in India against British. What does mean? So, insurrection means a violation of the arms, है विद्रोह गर्नु चलाइदिनु। अब जस्तै यो चाहिँ फर्स्ट आर्म्स भनेको हतियार हैन, हतियार चलायो जुन चाहिँ ब्रिटिश गभर्नमेन्टको एगेन्स्टमा सान्तालीले चलायो। So that tribal people, the Santali Adivasis, started to fight with the British government with the arm. Now let us see the second characteristic. कस्तो यसको अभाव छ, कस्तो यसको चाल चलन थियो, कस्तो यसको नेचर थियो. Let us discuss. Second one, fought with traditional weapon and defeated the British soldiers at Bhagalpur and Rajmahal. Okay, now these Adivasis, Santalis were more courageous, even though they were the peace lover. They were dominated by the British government as well as the agents of the British like landlords, जमिनदार्स, ट्याक्स कलेक्टर हैन, ब्रिटिसको अन्डरमा काम गर्ने जस्तै जमिनदार हैन, पैसा उठाउने हैन, ठिकादार्स, उनीहरूले पनि यो सान्तालीलाई चाहिँ के गरेको थियो, डोमिनेट गरेको थियो। त्यो डोमिनेट गर्दा चाहिँ यिनीहरूले के गर्यो भने सान्तालिसले दे युज देयर ट्रेडिसनल वेपन भनेको हतियार, उनीहरूले हतियार उठायो र चाहिँ उनीहरूले फर्स्ट टाइम ब्रिटिस गभर्नमेन्टको सोल्जर्सहरूलाई चाहिँ डुम्का डिस्ट्रिक्टको भगलपुर र राजमहलमा चाहिँ ठिम्म पाडेको थियो, हटाइदिएको थियो। सो द्याट दिस इज द इन्सिडेन्ट द्याट द ट्राइबल आदिवासीज Santalis, they fought with their own weapon and they removed the British soldiers from this Bhagalpur and Rajmahal in Dumka district. So now let us go to the another characteristic. Support received by own lower classes like Dom, Chamras and Talis. अब यो रिभोल्टमा चाहिँ सान्तालिसहरूले चाहिँ अरू क्लासहरूबाट पनि अन्य हैन निम्न स्तरका भएका व्यक्तिहरू इभन उनीहरूले पनि सान्तालिस पिपललाई चाहिँ के गरेको थियो, सपोर्ट गरेको थियो हैन। उनीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्यो, जस्तै अब यो डोम, चार्मास एन्ड तलिजले चाहिँ के गर्यो, ब्रिटिसको एगेन्स्टमा चाहिँ सान्तालसँग मिलेर चाहिँ के गर्यो, रिभोल्ट गर्यो। इभन इट इज this Santal revolt is also in this revolt the gorilla, the main idea they used, Santalis they used, even they fought in the jungles with this British Raj and British soldiers. So now let us see another. And the sinful rule. Now what do you mean by this end of sinful rule? Means in the British, when British government started to rule, Santalis, they were not happy at all because they had their own rule. British government put their agents and started to dominate the Santali tribal people. So this was the sinful act by the British government, so that British, when they dominated, they did not like. So it was a sinful act from the British government to the Santalis, so that they wanted to remove this sinful act which was produced by the British government to the Santali people, so that they wanted a freedom in any case.